Welcome to the Jesus Pattern Network. In this video, we'll be introducing the primary discipleship illustration used in the Jesus Pattern. It's called the Four Fields. It's a visual way to explain a very helpful model of discipleship. It's based on Luke chapter 10, verse 2, and Mark chapter 4, verse 26 through 29. Let me read those passages to you, starting in Luke chapter 10, verse 2. Jesus said to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into the harvest." And Mark chapter 4, verse 26 through 29. He also said, "The kingdom of God is as if someone would scatter seed on the ground and would sleep and rise day and night, and the seed would sprout and grow. He does not know how. The earth produces of itself first the stalk, then the head, then the full grain in the head. But when the grain is ripe, at once he goes in with his sickle, because the harvest has come." This illustration is not unique to the Jesus Pattern Network. It was originally credited to Nathan and Carrie Shank and to Chinese missionaries Ying and Grace Kai, and has been used many times discipling in movements all over the world. This is the Jesus Pattern Network's adaptation of the Four Fields model, as we see use for it in the network and in the North American context. By understanding the illustrations, we can always visualize where God is working, who he is connecting us to, how we can connect and share the gospel through spiritual conversations, how to grow people in discipleship rhythms, and how to connect disciple-minded people in genuine accountability and authentic community. You will find a blank copy in our resources tab, and we invite you to print off a copy and continue watching this video as we do an overview of the 5 unique areas of the Four Fields illustration. This is the blank copy of the Four Fields discipleship illustration. It can be found in the resources tab of the Jesus Pattern Network. This illustration is the basis for everything that we do in the Jesus Pattern Network. It helps us to visualize where God is working, who he is connecting us to, how we can share gospel truth through spiritual conversations, how to grow people in discipling rhythms, and how to connect disciple-minded people in genuine accountability and authentic community. In this video, we're going to be filling out the big blocks, identifying each field and the box in the middle. The first field is called the entry field. In this field, the goal is to embrace the Great Commission and to think about being on mission. The second field is called the plant field. The goal here is to connect with those far from God and identify discipleable people. Next, we have the grow field, where we begin to launch discipling relationships. Field number 4 is the harvest field. In this field, we begin to gather disciples into micro communities. And finally, the block in the middle is for training leaders. So as you can see, these different fields all work together to help us focus on how to connect with others and begin discipling in discipling relationships.